Yesterday I was in the group looking at the youth and young people. So we went to Tarragona and we looked at settings where young people were living, so aged 18 to 21, and they were living independently after leaving care. And we went to a facility where it was what we would call a children's home, I suppose, back home, where 10 young people aged 16 to 18 were living with supervision from staff. And then we went to a centre where they would provide treatments like physiotherapy and psychology to young children aged 0 to 6 who maybe had been presenting with delays in speech or development. So I thought it was absolutely fascinating. I really enjoyed meeting the young people themselves in their settings. And I thought that the passion of the staff was the thing that came across the most. The ones that are supporting those young people in their placements and helping them to live independently, supporting them with getting work and getting financially, learning how to budget. And you could see a real connection between the young people and the staff. It was almost like they were family. That's how it felt for me. And you could see it in both of those settings where the young people were. I suppose for me the learning would be around how we at home, my service supports families in their own home, so we don't have those assessment centres where we had met in Tarragona where they would come, the children are removed from the family home to the centre. So that's something I suppose that we'll need to think about, how we work with children maybe outside of the home rather than all being inside the home, and looking at those immersion rooms, which I think are fantastic for young people and for adults and parents, absolutely. And the trauma therapy, they seem to be, Suara seem to be leading that way, where we're starting to look at trauma now, but they're already doing it and they're providing the trauma therapy to the whole family. So and it's how they practically do it. We've seen the room, we've seen the setup, we actually were able to see what children had drawn, so it was really good to see it in action. Yeah. I think the whole collaboration and the whole idea that it's not just us in our little country that are doing this type of work, it's the same the world over. And from speaking to the people from Suara who came to visit us, we realised that all of our families are suffering from the same type of issues, and in the same order, so drug and alcohol being probably the most prevalent issue, and we have the same in Northern Ireland. So it was very interesting to be able to learn from them how they support people, and hopefully they learned something from us about how we support people. So to me it was really useful to know that we're not the only ones doing it. Every country is doing the same thing and we're all trying our best. And I suppose we were able to see that we think our staff are really committed and passionate. Suara's are exactly the same. I think for me as well, the fact that they're using the innovation and the technology, that is a big thing that we can learn from, and even to get the startup companies on board and using that knowledge that's already there to their advantage to be able to make simple ideas into really effective things that are changing lives in people's homes.